Make some noise for Joe Kelley. Give it up for Logan one time, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. I'm Joe. Hello. Hey. 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 All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for having me, everybody. I certainly do appreciate it. All right. Thank you. All right. Wonderful. Good to be here in Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. I love Ohio. All right? I love it. I think y'all got a great state. A lot of good things about Ohio, all right? You're welcome. Whatever you're, the emperor of Ohio, something like that, the spokesperson, maybe that's a better word for it. I don't know. That's got nothing to do with my jokes, so you messed me up. All right. Ohio. I like your state. A lot of good things going on here. My favorite thing about Ohio is that weed is not legal in Ohio, but you would not know it. Keep that up. I like that. Good thing, man. Every city I've been into in Ohio smells like good weed. It's fantastic. I was in Cincinnati a couple months ago, wandered around before the show. I'm like, dang, it smells like good weed in old Cincinnati. And in Cleveland, we got here around like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock this afternoon, something like that. I'm wandering out, you know, your little Bourbon Street you kind of got going on out there, for lack of a better word. I don't know what you call it. Looks like a Bourbon Street to me. I'm wandering around Cleveland going, dang, smells like good weed here in Cleveland too. But then I realized it's just my backpack. Keeps following me around. But I'm sure you guys got good stuff too, man. I like it. I like, you know, I smoke a little bit of weed here and there, something I enjoy doing. I like doing it. I don't think I'm fooling anybody. Who thinks I'm on drugs now? I'm not. This is just how I look all the time. But that's why I look this way, because of a lot of drugs. Anyway. The ones from earlier and the ones that will be done later. That's what's making me look this way. I like it. I got a lot of friends who get high, all right? A lot of my friends say that smoking weed makes them a safer driver. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this nonsense before, but a lot of times people are like, hey man, if I smoke a little bit of weed, I'm a safer driver. I don't know if that's true, all right? I have no idea if smoking weed makes you a safer driver, but I do know having weed on you will make you a safer driver. That's fact. You guys are fun. All right. Got 2 more weed jokes, okay? That's how I'm saying this. I can already tell. He's going to talk about that all night, ain't he? I got some other thoughts, not many, but there's a few others for your sake. I like in hide the old farmer's market down in Nashville, all right? Just in case you're ever visiting, you know where to find me, all right? I'm hanging out there next to the cucumbers. That's where I like smoking my weed over there, you know? I ain't got a booth or anything like that. I'm not, they just don't kick me out, so I won't leave. That's how it goes. It's a great place to get high. I like it. This was a couple months ago at the farmer's market, smoking away, right? And there's a guy there with his son, his young son, and he doesn't approve of what I'm doing, all right? And he keeps like looking at me, eyeballing me, you know what I mean? And I don't like that. Keeps eyeballing me, looking over at me, and then like looking down at his kid, and then like looking at me and looking at his kid. And finally, I got a little bit upset with him. And I was just like, hey bro, I don't know what your problem is right now, but I don't have enough weed for you and your kid. All right? One of you's gotta go. So I got a stepson nowadays. He's a good boy. Yes. All right. Last one. I like, Ohio has medical marijuana, correct? All right, cool. And the legalization process is in the moves, something like that. I don't know exactly how the law works, you know, but you got good things coming to Ohio, I feel like happening soon. Something like that. I read something vaguely, you know, something on Twitter. I just like, I like that weed has become more socially acceptable. You know what I mean? Legal a lot of places, you got medical in a lot of places. You don't have to be so secretive when you're trying to get high. And I like that. You know? You used to have to like make up words when you were trying to go and smoke. Have to use that secret lingo when you were ashamed, you know? Sometimes that would be confusing. Sometimes it would be easy. People go, hey Joe, do you smoke a tree? And it's like, yeah, I understand what that means, and yes, that's a pretty easy one, you know? But one time I was in San Francisco, and this guy goes, hey Joe, do you want to ride the love train? I was like, maybe. It's gonna need a little bit more information, mister. That's funny. Anyway, you guys are great. I lived out of a van for about 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Anybody, you do that? Or you just think it's cool? You were nodding like, yeah, brother. Yeah. It's not very relatable material, I'm finding out, but what do you guys, you got investments and stuff? So I was on the NASDAQ the other day, counting all my money. No. I wish I had some of those jokes. I don't. I got van stuff, people. 4 years. 4 years I lived out of a van. It was great. A lot of people have heard of van life now. So that's, you know, it's a pretty popular thing nowadays. I was doing the van life thing. It's pretty well known. So anytime I tell people I lived out of a van, they always have an idea of the van that I lived out of, you know? So people know about the van life. They go, oh, you probably had one of them Sprinter vans or one of them Volkswagen camper vans, you know? But I just had a gold minivan. So I wasn't really living van life. I was homeless for about 4 years, you know? But when you put a hashtag on it, it seems pretty cool. It's like, no, dude, it's hashtag van life. It's not homeless at all. I think more homeless people should add hashtags to their living situation. Make it seem nice. Hashtag bridge life, you know? It seems like a cool thing all of a sudden. Like, wow, what are you doing out there? Living the dream, bro. Hashtag dumpster behind Wendy's life, you know? Something like that. Make it a little better. I had fun. I enjoyed it. I was very conscious of my hygiene when I was doing my van thing. I didn't want to be like a smelly homeless guy. It'd be the worst. Ain't nothing worse than a smelly homeless man. There ain't. They're awful. Take it from me. I know. So I was like, okay. I was very conscious of my hygiene. It's like Planet Fitness saved my life in that sense, all right? Because $20 a month, you can shower anywhere you want in the country. It's a great deal. Cheap water bill, you know? They got free pizza on Mondays, too. So I was taking dates there, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So, hey, babe, you want to get a massage and a slice of pizza? Because I know a place. If you're into camping, are you in for a treat? You do it right in the strip mall. Anyway, dude, like, I'm a very simple-minded man, pretty simple fella. All right? Find pleasure in the simple things in life. Don't take much to make me happy. The thing that makes me most happy in life, I love leftovers very much. I do. I'm not even lying. I love them. Old food, baby. That's all. Keep them all right there. You guys a leftovers crowd? We into them? No? Come on, bro. You got your toes out. You don't like old food? Shit out of here. As your toes breathing this air, and you're like, no, I'm... Ooh, old food good. Big old spaghetti, not police tootsie. Snug on here. Dude, I got a pair of flip-flops in the back, bro. I'll be looking just like you in about 20 more minutes. I'll sit right next to you. They won't tell us apart. It'll be perfect. I love leftovers. I love them so much, you know. But I know they're not for everybody. I understand that. Because I have a friend who has she's got a real good job, makes a lot of money. She told me that leftovers are for poor, trashy people. I did not know that. I am that. I took a 23andMe and it said, "You are trash, Joe." That's what it said. But I didn't know that meant I was gonna like leftovers my whole life. But then my friend, with all her money and her good job, she starts doing this thing called meal prep. And I'm like, "Well, what's meal prep?" And she's like, "You cook your food on Sunday and then you eat it throughout the week." And I was like, "That is what leftovers are." It's the same thing. You're just using more Tupperware. That's all it is. That's all it really is. On one bowl, you got 7. That's all it is. 7 meal leftovers is nasty. That's disgusting. 3 days. 3 days max. Leftovers. I love ladies too. All right, that's another one of my favorite things in life is ladies. Okay, some of y'all are ladies. So hey, how about that? I like Ohio. Y'all got ladies here. That's cool. Maybe some food you won't finish later. That'd be great. I'm popping up here in Ohio. I do, man. Ladies and leftovers. That's my 1 and 2 in life. I love them both so much. Sometimes a leftover lady ain't half bad either, you know? Season, baby. You guys are weird. I do love ladies. I think y'all are fantastic. You're wonderful, powerful creatures you are, women. I love y'all, man. You're very supportive of your friends. I think that's a great thing, that you say nice things to your friends to make them feel good about themselves. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Because fellas, we don't do that. You know what I mean? We're pretty mean to one another. That's just how it works. I didn't know y'all, I thought y'all were mean to each other too. I didn't know you did things differently. It's impressive. I had this realization, I was at like a real dirty dive bars when I kind of had this awakening, if you will. Because you know how people write on bathroom walls in those dive bars, right? But in the men's bathroom, we don't really write nice things for one another. Somebody writes Chuck was here, and then what does it say? Chuck sucks. And that's it. That's the end of it. He could be in trouble, but we don't care. He sucks. Sometimes we put his phone number too, just for fun, you know? But at this particular bar, the men's room was out of order. So I was in the ladies' room, all right? So what was that about? It ain't weird. It's 2023. I can use whatever bathroom I want. I'll let my hair down and go where I want. I'm in this lady's bathroom, right? Being a man, but because I had to, I had no other options. Here's the thing, ladies, y'all write nice things on those bathroom walls for one another. You're doing a great job out there. I like it. Somebody wrote, "You're beautiful no matter what. Don't ever forget it." And I was just like, oh my God. Me? I felt so good. My spirit felt so warm, you know? And then under that, someone wrote, "You're a queen." And then it said, "Yas, girl." I had like 14 or 15 A's on that thing. And I'll be honest with you people, it made me feel so good. I felt so empowered that I sat down to pee. Let me get settled in here. Finally understand Beyonce for once. I get it now. This is great. Very vulnerable position, but I felt empowered at the same time. Anyway. Oh, I do. I love y'all, ladies. You're great. You're wonderful. You're fantastic. You're so good. Sometimes you'll say a mean thing, though. Here and there, you'll air it out. Maybe not to each other, but to us. You'll let us know what's up from time to time. My friend told me once, she goes, "You know, Joe, men are like parking spaces." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" And she goes, "The best ones are taken, and the only ones left are handicapped." It's a pretty rude thing. That's not nice. She said, "Well, it might not. It's pretty common, though. It's a common saying. They still don't make it nice." So what I did, I rewrote it for her to make it a little bit nicer. All right? So it goes, men are like parking spaces. The best ones are taken, and the other ones aren't that bad. You should probably give them a chance. Because you don't know what that parking space has been through, okay? There could have been a bunch of terrible people parking in it before you showed up. So maybe you could not be so lazy and walk a little bit. You ever think about that? Ever cross your mind? Well, of course not. Yeah, it's kind of that splits the room. How dare you? Is it Joe Rogan up there? What's going on? Crazy. Misogyny. Anyway, I am pretty romantic. I don't know if you guys are picking up on that vibe or not, but I'm a pretty romantic guy, okay? Ladies, you can feel it. I know you can. Losing it right now. Losing that romantic vibe. But here's the thing. I'm an old school romantic kind of fella. All right? Not too hip with the modern stuff people are doing. I'm very old school, all right? This is what I mean. If I'm on a date with a lady, right, and we come up to a puddle, I'll put my coat over that puddle for her so she doesn't have to get her shoes wet. That's something I do. Very old school. You know? I still write love letters, too. Put the pen to paper, cursive, you know what I mean? I do the whole 9 yards. A very old school kind of romantic guy. Like, if I can't be with you, I'll kill myself. No answers on dinner, though. I know that. I gotta stop doing those jokes back to back, man, because that's like a little bit too quiet. That's a Shakespeare joke, by the way. It's with Romeo and Juliet on your Saturday evening. It's a thinker. I don't even know. I just do that because everyone gets weird about it. Like, nah, it's about a joke about a book. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. I don't know. Has Liquid Death made its way up to Old Cleveland yet? Okay. Liquid Death. Water in a can. That's all it is. Water in a can, but they call it Liquid Death. I don't like that name. That's a scary name for a can of water. Liquid Death. What's going to happen? It's a terrifying name. I don't like that name. I think it's a bad name. Smart Water. That's a good name. You drink that, what's going to happen? Get smart. Good marketing. I like it. Fiji Water. Drink that. Feels like you're on vacation. That's a nice one too, you know? But Liquid Death, bro? Whew. By the way, I grew up in Flint, Michigan. That's just what we call the tap water back in my day. Sitting on a gold mine since the 80s and had no idea. Put it in a can, we'll be rich again. It is fun. I've worked at a lot of restaurants. I'm a service industry guy. Worked at a bunch. There we go. A couple of you. Has any of you guys service industry folks at all ever in your life, once or twice? Okay, cool. Couple. Perfect. Fantastic. That's all that matters. I don't need everybody. I just need 3 people. I just need 3 people. We're going to get through this joke together. Everyone else can take this one off and wait a minute, all right? No, I'm just kidding. Everyone will like this joke. I've worked at a lot of restaurants, okay? For me, maybe for some of y'all too, for me, working at as many restaurants as I have has made me develop a bit of a disdain for vegans, okay? I don't like them. I'm not against veganism. I'm not against vegetables. I'm not against you if you are a vegan, okay? My problem with vegans is, in general, is that they always go to places that they should not be going to, and then asking for things they know we don't have. You understand? I worked at a barbecue restaurant in Atlanta, Georgia. Barbecue. That's all it was. Barbecue. And people would come in and go, oh, do you have any vegan options? No. You can go home. That's an option for you. Go eat your lawn, something like that. It's obnoxious. That's what I don't like, the entitlement that comes with being a vegan. Broccoli's fine. I love vegetables. I don't like the attitude. That's what I don't like. I don't like the hypocrisy in it either. I don't care for it, because here's the thing. I figured if I went to a vegan restaurant, they would have some non-vegan options, all right? That's what I thought, because it's such a big deal any other place. I figured if I went to one of their places, they'd have a little something for me. They don't. They got a lot of lies and misinformation. They say they have things they really don't. It's awful and confusing. Because I've been to a vegan restaurant once, all right? But I ain't gonna have the wool pulled over my eyes again, I know that. Because I'm at this vegan restaurant, right? They got a whole section on the menu. It says burgers. Maybe not with the crack and the voice in the middle. But it says burgers. Like a macho man. That's why I've been eating too much soy lately. That's what I'm doing. That's my bad. That's my bad. Too much estrogen. So, they got a whole section on the menu that says burgers, all right? Now, when I hear the word burger or read it in this sense, I think of ground beef, okay? That's what I think of when I see the word burger. It's how I was raised. I can't really help it. Anything that comes with the word burger, I assume, is on top of that burger. You feel what I'm saying? Bacon cheeseburger. What's that? Bacon and cheese, and it's on top of a burger. Amazing. Mushroom Swiss burger. It works the same way, just with different words, all right? Keep up. So I'm at this vegan restaurant, all right? And they go, we got a black bean burger. And I'm like, oh. Okay, a little bit of black beans on top of a burger. Southwest style, you know what I mean? I get down with that, get a little salsa, that'd be great. But that is not what they brought me. They just brought me a bunch of beans mashed together and then put them on a bun. I'm like, but it's not a burger, that's a bean sandwich, dude. What are you... There's a disinformation in this place. I don't like it. Careful. I like a little bit of LSD from time to time. That's something I enjoy. It's vegan, as far as I know. Some of that liquid ego breath, you know? I do like a little bit of acid, a little LSD. I do. I think it's good for you. I'm one of those guys, all right? I do. I really do. Because here's the thing. I've done my research, though. It's not all willy-nilly, all right? I've done my research on acid. I've read a lot of books about using the combination of acid with meditation, all right? And how it can result in higher states of consciousness and a better sense of self-awareness. But apparently I missed the chapter where if you combine acid with whiskey, it will result in you living in a van for 4 years. No, dude, I wanted this the whole time. I love, mushrooms are probably my favorite drug, all right? I love mushrooms. This is a psychedelic portion of the material. I told you I had more to talk about. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms my favorite drug. Again, I think they can be good for you, but you got to be careful when you're taking mushrooms, all right? A lot of people won't tell you that mushrooms can ruin your ambition and your goals, you know? You got big goals in life, be careful with the mushrooms, you know? Because they'll ruin them. Because I had a goal in life for the longest time. I've always wanted to be I want to be a tough, intimidating person, okay? I like people to be afraid when they see me. And I realize it ain't working out, all right? But it's not my fault. It's the mushrooms' fault, okay? Because before I had taken mushrooms, if I was out at a bar, if I was just out in general and somebody was like in my face messing with me, I would get riled up, you know? But now since I've taken mushrooms, if I'm at a bar, somebody starts messing with me, I'm just like, hey, bro, you want to keep messing with me, dude? I'll love you unconditionally, all right, bro? I'm not the one you're looking for tonight. Say, oh, you want to keep running your mouth? How about I take you out back and accept you for your flaws, buddy? How about that, huh? I won't give you a black eye, but I'll open your third eye. You know what I mean? Jeez. Good way to resolve conflict. Some people got no idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay. I got to get going here in a second. I got a couple of things before I get out of here, all right? I do have a comedy album out on Spotify, Apple Music. You can watch it on YouTube as well. It's called Ladies and Leftovers, all right? It took me too long to come up with that name, to be honest with you. Way too long. But I got these little cards. There's QR codes on the back. They're absolutely free. Just give it a scan. You can watch it, listen to it, whatever you want to do. We filmed it down in Atlanta. Come say hey after the show. I'd be happy to give you one. It is filthy. It's a very dirty, dirty, rotten comedy album, all right? I haven't been telling people that, and then they ask for one, they're like, oh, we liked you on the show, and then they take this and they go, oh, we don't like you no more. So it's dirty and filthy, all right? I'm ashamed of it, to be honest with you. I wish I wasn't telling you. Anyway, I got some shirts. You might have seen them when you were coming in, too, all right? I got some shirts I'll be selling after the show. It's just my face, all right? It's got nothing to do with any jokes or anything like that. Just my face with my name. Got a little third eye going on right there. You know, Cheshire cat looking thing. Bella Canvas. It's good stuff. Very soft shirt. It's good for wearing to bed. Great bedtime shirt. You can wear it to work, but you gotta be real cool. You know? You gotta be a real cool guy. Or have a real bad job, one of the two. If you're a garbage man, do I have the shirt for you? Anyway. I do have in case you don't want a shirt or anything like that, I do have a business idea in case you're looking for some investment, a little passive income, all right? So it's not all about me, it can be about you too. I got a business idea. If you're looking to invest, hear me out, all right? Here's my idea. A lot of people got kids. You yourself, you may have kids, okay? Most people nowadays, they don't really like to hit their kids, and I think that's a very good thing. You don't want to be one of those types of people, all right? But at the end of the day, I do believe kids need discipline, so I'd like you to be able to hire me to hit your kid for you. Anyway, if you keep lying to me, that bad man will show up again. And I'll be the bad man. And when you see that gold minivan coming, you know they done messed up. So I was waiting. Listen, I'm Joe Kelley. You guys are a blast, man. Take care. One more time, Joe Kelley, everybody.